Fire and water, two main elements of nature that contain life. We could say animated life, except we don't tend to see it quite so much like that today. So if we're talking about animism, then we are talking about life being present in all kinds of things. What we have to remember is the fact that a long time ago we didn't have things around us. We had the trees, the stars, the moon, the wind, the rain, the earth. We had each other. And as time went by, more and more things developed and grew around us. So today we have a colossal amount of things. I look around the room and there are so many things, and if I were to list them, it would go on endlessly. It doesn't mean to say that all the things around you, all the objects you have, it doesn't mean to say that they lessen in importance. They are important, and we need to respect the things around us. We need to get it in perspective. If we see that there is life in my camera, there is life in the chair, there is life in the house I'm living in, the walls, we need to respect it, but not put it higher than all the natural things that are perhaps outside the window, like the trees and the sun and the stars and the moon, etc. It's the way we live now. It's a civilized way of living. So my point is that because of all these things, it's sort of made our awareness of animism diminish, or it's kind of corrupted it. There's no way Larry here, who seems to want to doze while I'm filming him, there's no way he doesn't have a spirit. No way that he is not animated, we might say. I think I'll leave him to sleep now. Good boy. So when we turn our attention to the old tribal shamans, as opposed to the neo-shamans, we get a glimpse of the importance of animism as it used to be. We see the need to keep the spirit alive in just about everything we come into contact with, and that was something people did instinctively in much earlier times. We need to see the need to keep the spirit alive in everything we come into contact with, for our own sakes and for the sake of the earth, because that is the way earth functions. That is the way she thinks, feels. That's just what she does. The truth is, when we don't keep that animistic spirit alive, we risk losing something vital to our communities. When we choose to practice neo-shamanism in the modern sense, we are actually looking for some throwback to the past, something we recognise from the past, even though we might be doing it a little shabbily compared to the way they might have done it a long time ago, and there's a lot of glamour involved with it these days. We're still searching for that need to have that connection with the other world, where life always used to be. So although we can find a lot in the good luck charms or the cards or the shamanic objects we carry around with us, we have to be careful today that we don't end up investing too much in the things. Something we've really got to remember is that the idea of power is very different from the idea of spirit. The idea of animism So what we probably need to do, if we wish to look at animism in a constructive way, is think about the natural things that live and grow. We live and grow, humans live and grow, animals live and grow, trees live and grow. The earth herself is living and growing, and otherwise we can look at all the things that have been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, such as fire, water, the sky, the clouds, the rain, the wind, all things that we know have been around for a long, 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 long time. And if we extract everything else, then we can perhaps understand how it used to be for ancient man to give this detail to the things that were around him. And when people lived like this, they lived generation after generation after generation like this, there was nothing new you could learn about an object. And today we are forced to learn so much about all the objects around us. And that progressive way of thinking can be quite damaging, because we lose the essence of life that is in all the natural things around us. And I, for one, like to kind of pull it back into shape if possible. So start having a look around yourself at the things that contain life for you. Look at the natural things. If you have pets, look at them. They have a spirit, they are animated. Maybe you walk by the sea, maybe you walk by water, maybe you have a stream or a river near you, maybe you walk in the trees, maybe you engage in gardening, in which case you will be working with plants that have an enormous amount of life in them. But start separating things out and realise how much emphasis you need to give to things that are around you. Life is in everything, because remember that all the things around you, your house, your possessions, all the things you love, your phones, your computers, they are all an extension of you, so they contain life to a degree. but they are part of what you are. So if you try to get that in perspective and see that the life in your phone isn't the same as a life in a tree, it doesn't mean to say that you lose respect for the life in your phone. It means you get it into perspective. You respect the object, you don't chuck it around and throw it around because it doesn't mean anything, because it isn't a thing as such, it is a part of what you are. But we all need to get the perspective, maybe understand that where there is life, then we really do need to respect it. It's something like a tree, something like a bird flying. The change of seasons, don't you think that has a lot of animistic life within it? The seasons are changing at the moment. We're going into autumn as I speak. It's a lovely time. There's all sorts of things about to happen, and that takes a lot of energy, that takes a lot of life, and that takes a lot of animism. Try to think animistically if you can. Just bring it back to the simple, natural life within everything that is there to be respected. And then we'll maybe take it on a step forward in another video. That's enough for now, isn't it? A lot to think about always. Take care.